Well, hey there, friend. I'm real glad you're here. I know it takes a heap of courage to even click on something like this. Religious trauma's a wound that don't always show on the outside, but it sits deep in your chest, in your bones. And sometimes it just shows up like a Charlie horse that hits you in the middle of the night. So right now, right here tonight, let's just have a good old-fashioned confab about it. But first, if you can, feel the seat beneath you. Maybe that's your bed or a couch or settee. Maybe it's a chair. Let it hold your weight. Notice that you are here. Feel the air in the room. Maybe it's warm on your skin or cool enough to give you goosebumps. This is a space where you can let your shoulders drop, where no one's going to argue with you about what you've been through. Because, baby, you weren't imagining it. The pain, the rejection, it was all real. And I'm here to say you didn't deserve a lick of it. You know, I've heard folks say it before, and maybe you have too. There is no hate like Christian love. And Lord, I wish it weren't true. You'd think the people preaching about love would be the safest place in the world. But sometimes, they're the first ones to turn their backs. You might remember exactly where you were the first time it happened. Maybe you were sitting at a long Sunday lunch table, smell of fried chicken and green beans still in the air, when someone you loved looked you straight in the eye and told you God couldn't love you like that. Or maybe it was quieter than that. A cold shoulder in the church foyer, the way folks' eyes darted away when you walked by. These moments don't fade easy. They live in the pit of your stomach and in the back of your throat like a stone you can't quite swallow. And I want you to know you ain't weak for remembering. Now, if faith still matters to you, you know what? That's all right. There's no rule that says you've got to leave God behind to be yourself. You can be gay and a Christian. You can be trans and Muslim. You can be non-binary and Jewish. You can be queer and belong anywhere your heart feels at home. Picture walking into a house of religion with stained glass windows, spilling rainbows across the floor. All those colors dancing on your shoes as you walk down the aisle. You take a seat and no one's sizing you up. The preacher, the pastor, the minister, the priest, whoever, they look at you and they smile, and you believe them. The music swells, the piano sounds warm instead of sharp, and not a soul in that room is waiting to correct you. My friend, these places are real. They're out there, and you deserve to be in them. And maybe for you, the path that's kept you whole, kept you sane, was walking away from religion altogether. And hear me when I say this. There is no sin in that. That's no shame. You don't need to be religious to have morals or to be a good person. Your kindness ain't borrowed from any book. It's in the way you hold a door for a stranger. The way you speak gentle to a friend who's hurting. The way you choose love, even when you've been shown the exact opposite. Think on a crisp morning when the air smells like wood smoke and the autumn leaves crunch under your feet. That goodness you feel, that's not because anyone told you to. That's you. Baby, that's yours. That's your good heart. You know, religious trauma's a sneaky little snake. It hides in the tallest grasses of the smallest moments. The smell of polished wood and that thin hymnal paper, you know the kind. A certain chord playing on a piano that makes your heart stutter. The way holiday lights or wreaths or decorations can bring both warmth and an ache in your chest. Your body remembers. The nerves in your skin remember. If your breath catches or your palms get a little sweaty, honey, that ain't weakness. That's your body saying, you know what? I remember what hurt me. So, here with me now. Let's just take a slow breath. Just remind ourselves that we are here. All right? Do it with me. In through your nose. Hold it just a moment. And then just let it go. Like you're letting the wind carry off a handful of dry leaves. I know there are some folks out there that will try to tell you that quote-unquote real spirituality comes with a list of rules that cuts folks like us out. But the truth? Spirituality, if you want it, ought to feel like home. Not like a door you've got to knock on hoping someone lets you in. Like there's a secret handshake to gain entry. There's no secret code. Picture sitting in a circle of people, maybe outside under a big old oak tree in the summer. The sun's dappling through the leaves. There's laughter. There's singing. And when they turn to you, it's with a warm look that says, you belong here. No strings, no conditions, no fine print. Just welcome. If anybody ever told you you had to choose between who you are and what you believe, hear me right now. Are you listening? Sweetheart, they lied to you. Okay? They did. That choice ain't real. You were never meant to split yourself down the middle just to make somebody else feel comfortable. That's their problem. That's their own prejudice. I want you to feel the steadiness in your chest as I say this. You are not rebellious for existing. You are not falling away for being honest. You're standing in your truth, and truth don't need apologizing for. Now, maybe you're angry, and friend, that's okay. Anger is a clean fire. It burns through the lives, leaves room for new things to grow. Religious trauma is grief. Grief for a God you thought you knew. Grief for the people you thought would stand by you. You ain't got to rush to put that fire out. Let it be messy. Let it be real. Think about a river after a storm. It's muddy and loud, overflowing. But it don't stay that way forever. And you can't force it to clear in a day. Your healing is the same. You don't owe anyone a return to faith. You don't owe anyone forgiveness. But if someday you choose to forgive, or you choose to believe again, that's yours to decide. Healing don't have to be a circle. It can be a quilt, stitched from the scraps of places and people that make you who you are. And that quilt? Well, it's warm, of course, and it surrounds you, it wraps you up, and it's yours alone. Because you are whole, you are worthy. Hear me when I say this. You are not broken. Whether your path is spiritual, religious, agnostic, kind of witchy, or just completely your own, you deserve peace. You deserve love that's safe. You deserve to walk into a room and see faces light up. Not because they've decided to tolerate you, but because they're glad you're there. That, dear friend, is true community. And you don't have to find it in a church or a cathedral or a synagogue building. Honey, it can be at drag brunch with your friends if you want, or enjoying a hike with some strangers, or even just reading a book on your own. You'll find it again. I know you will. So, if all you do tonight is sit here and feel a little less alone, that's more than enough. But for now, I need you to rest easy, my friend. And just know that you are loved exactly as you are. Good night.